4,440 hours, 185 days, roughly half a year. Time I'll never get back. Time I'll never wish I'd gotten back. The dream of a child, having grown up into the world, but to return to that which started it all. Achieving that which I thought was unachievable. Through means self-sustaining and isolated, I stand alone. This is the journey to maxing my Ironman. So many memories, man. Like that one time, the guy who died twice in the chambers of Xeric, Ironman free-for-all trio, he sniped the T-bow. It was like his 25th raid, and he snipes the T-bow with like 7,000 points or something. I like had nightmares about that for months, and I still think about it like at least once a week, and this is like years ago. And then like, you know, 2-3 raids later, I got back-to-back purples in my name. Just RNG, man. That's how it works sometimes. And you know, I mean, the only reason I wanted to do Chambers of Xeric was for the Dexterous Prayer Scroll to unlock Rigor. I mean, getting a T-bow would have been great, but I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to get a Dex, however. I kept seeing Dex after Dex after Dex after Dex after Dex. None in my name ever. And I managed to go 140 KC dry of a Dexterous Prayer Scroll. Until, eventually, I managed to snag one, as well an omelet pet to go along with it. That was just like the best feeling. It was like you finally got what you wanted, and you got this nice, like super rare pet to go along with it. I was high off that for like months. I mean, pets are cool and all. Like, I honestly do love the omelet pet. It's like super nice to have on an Ironman. But there were times on this account where I managed to get like multiple pets before getting the item I was trying to get. Like, I don't know how, but somehow I managed to get 3 Rocky pets before getting the Pharaoh Scepter that I was going for to build the Occult Altar. It's just like, what? Like, I think those are like 1 in 80,000 each. And to get 3 of them before getting a 1 in 1,000 drop, it's like, what? I don't even know how to comprehend that. As well, I mean, we got 2 Kraken pets before getting 1 Trident. So that's just also equally as insane. Not quite as insane, but still pretty nuts. And then we got 3 Scottizo pets. I'm looking at the collection log now, and apparently I got 2 agility pets. I thought I only got 1, which I got like a week ago. But apparently I got 2, so there's so many pets like rolling off this account, I can't even keep track of them. And it's just sort of funny because, like, I mean, we don't really care about pets that much, and a lot of people really care about pets. And I would have just preferred to get the drop that I was looking for. We did make a habit of going pretty dry for drops on this account. For the Tanzanite Fang from Zora, you know, the blowpipe, we ended up going 1,283 kills in order to get that. That's like, I think it's 1 in 512, but you have 2 rolls per kill, so it's 1 in 256. So it's like, you know, 4 or 5 times the drop rate. And as well, we didn't get the Serpentine Visage until 1233 KC. So that's just like, we only got 1 Zora unique before 1200 KC. So it's like, that's just nuts. That's really bad. And you know, the Primordial Crystal, we ended up going 1,169 kills for that, which is a bit over twice the drop rate, which isn't too bad, but I mean, that's like a pretty bad place to go dry because you end up using a lot of prayer potions, which on an Ironman takes a lot of time to make generally. So that was just like pretty inconvenient. Spent way too much time there. So many memories, you know, I could go on for hours, but you know, I think that old cliche is true. A picture says 1,000 words. jaw! We got the jaw! On the same kill as 99 Slayer. Oh my... Ring! We got the ring! Max total on an Ironman account in June 2020. Wow. I don't know why, but I have this like feeling of sadness. Like feels like we're done. We're done with the game. I mean, sure there's other stuff we could do, but like I feel sad. I don't know why I feel sad. I feel like it's over. Like, I feel like I'm not going to play this account anymore. I'm not really interested in, like, doing long-term pet grinding or, like, super hard PVM grinds, like the Twisted Bow or something. This just feels kind of... Yeah, I feel sad. I didn't think I'd feel sad. I sort of wanted to turn back on the way over here just so I could have my goal of maxing uncompleted, because now that I've completed it, I don't know. It just feels like... Okay, that looks sick. I really like the way this max cape looks. That doesn't really make up for the sad feeling, so I'm trying to reconcile these two feelings right now. Well, I guess there we are. We maxed our account. And now we don't know what we're going to do, but we'll figure something out. You know, Ironman is like a really beautiful game mode. It's like a breath of life into something that died many years ago. You know, we're sort of living in an interesting time. Most of our generation grew up playing video games, something that the older generation most likely won't understand. But, you know, now many of us have transitioned into adulthood, and in a way, these games we've come to love throughout our lives are like a portal to the past. Playing games as an adult that we've played as children is like entering temporarily into, or, you know, transforming your adult mind into the mind of your own adolescence. I don't think this sort of thing has ever been observed throughout history. Games are like an altered state of consciousness, you know, virtual reality. You know, this is like a cape that represents an accomplishment over an arbitrary list of skills, yet has so much impact over the way I feel. In a way, it's almost as if it is real and not just virtual. I sort of, you know, hold the belief that emptiness is all-pervading. There aren't like things, just concepts, you know? This cape is just a concept in the same way that a college diploma is a concept. You know, the diploma offers potential to perpetuate and grow the real world, whereas the cape offers the potential to perpetuate and grow the virtual world. I don't think either one is more or less valuable than the other. But I do think most people would say that diploma is more valuable. It sort of implies this idea that the real world is more valuable than the virtual world. I don't doubt this is possible that this is true, but I mean, what basis or what foundation does the real world have to support the absolute concept of value? I'd say the real world and the virtual world have the same capacity in supporting such an idea, and that neither one really can. I believe, and this might lose a few people, but, you know, you could replace the word reality with collective hallucination. You know, Reality is created within the human mind. It's limited to what we can perceive, and as such, things outside our perception simply won't render in our reality. The fact that we all have the same biochemistry, we tend to perceive reality in the same way. It's not hard to then see that if we all perceive in the same way, that we should be predisposed to create a collective perception and subsequently a collective reality. But since reality has no capacity to support the concept of absolute value, this reality isn't concrete. This collective reality is by no means a true reality. I mean, humanity used to think that the Earth lies in the center of the universe. This is ridiculous. This is a collective hallucination. It's an amalgamation of all the different ways a mind can perceive reality, combined into one collective entity. I imagine with the way that things are going now, we'll look back at today from 100 years in the future and think along the same lines that which we think about geocentrism today. This is why it's so easy to shatter someone's reality with just one fact. The Earth doesn't lie at the center of the universe. She doesn't love you. There's no self. There's no God. People don't like getting their reality shattered, and so they'll believe whatever, just to support this fragile hallucination which we call reality, to preserve and perpetuate the status quo. But I'm here to tell you guys, you can do whatever you want. You can be anything you want to be, and if you don't want to be anything, don't be anything. Max an Ironman if you want to. Go get a medical degree, raise a family, sit around all day and be blissfully content with just being alive. If you want to do bad stuff, just be aware there's probably going to be consequences for that. But outside of that, do what you want, man. I support you. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. PM me in-game if you want to chat anytime. I'd much rather talk over voice, as you lose a lot of meaning through text, and RuneScape's text interface isn't great. You only get 5 lines of split private chat if we're using the private chat function. But I don't really feel sad anymore. This sort of thinking always kind of makes me feel better. I'm pretty kind of stoked at the way this cape looks. It's like really solid. I can't really, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's so many things. They can't even fit all the teleports on here, so they have to go other teleports. Features, it's like a drop-down menu. I'm gonna spend an hour just explore. Whoa, what was that? I don't know, just exploring this cape quite a bit. One more thing I wanted to show you guys actually before I end this video. There's our boy Hans. I'm gonna blur out the time the account was created, but 185 days, 5 hours, 30 minutes. And we've got 351 million XP. I'm just curious what our average XP an hour has been since we started the account. We take our total XP and we divide by the number of hours we played. So we maxed at this time, so it's been a while, but 79k XP an hour on average since account creation. That's pretty good. I'll go ahead and leave you guys here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Probably get some cool content on here maybe.